Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we're off for more of Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon, and in the last episode, during Cloud Spires, where we, well, re-energized Happy Cloud and restored the bellows by paying moneybags yet again, we also had updates that we had to talk about because there was a long overdue patch that also added a few features like turning off motion blur and adding subtitles.
At last, my portal is working again. Come visit me at the Tiki Lodge.
And in the last episode, I also pretty much asked you guys' opinions for either the comments on YouTube, Twitter, well, which was a vote more so than anything else. I had a little poll, as well as the Discord, where most of the votes actually came from, funnily enough. So thanks you guys for that, by the way. Link to Discord is always in the description below, or on the channel front page. And the vote was the default settings. Keep the motion blur on because the frame rate is stuttery and that is why motion blur was a thing, and turn subtitles off because the original did not have subtitles, which is actually the settings that the default settings, and those were the settings that I would have preferred as well, funnily enough. Yes, that means with the motion blur we're not going to get the best thumbnails, but it just masks the pretty bad frame rate.
Rhinox are running rampant around here, but I can't get anyone out of the Tiki Lodge long enough to do anything about it.
Fair enough, so we just gotta take out the Rhinox. Seems pretty simple and tame. We have a trophy. It's open this chest. That's literally it. It's tied to 100% completion. But there is something else that we need to talk about, and that's the skill points. There are 2 skill points in this level, but we can't get one of them, which is assemble the Tiki heads. Supercharge the wall, however, we'll get to that later. So, we're going to just dash straight on into this, and immediately couldn't turn right while charging there because I biffed the wall in a certain way. We've got Warthogs again, returned from Spyro 1, so that's a thing. They're actually reusing the model. I think in the original, the model was different because they had to rebuild the model or something, but of course they're just reusing the model for this. But Warthogs are not really Rhinox, they're just animals that the Rhinox are utilising. By the way, we've got like these slugs, which are fodder for this level. Sparks didn't grab that gem because he was already grabbing the health, and it's been like a hot week since I recorded this, funnily enough, because even though I had the vote going on for about 3 to 4 days, I was busy one day, and then obviously I had to wait for the votes to tally up before I could continue recording, so I knew what settings to record this with, since, you know, the update added it. By the way, I do once again apologise for forgetting to turn those gems around Happy Cloud during the last episode, but that actually made me find another glitch where I don't remember being in the original, but then again I normally grab everything anyway. It was just I kind of just blanked out and forgot about those gems while flying around Happy Cloud trying to, you know, activate them. It's because I was going for the trophy, because it was just easy to get. Just fly to the top and then glide 5 seconds and land without messing anything up. We got these tulips again, by the way, from the Artisan's homeworlds. They don't do anything for us, but they're still there. It brightens up the level.
Be sure to keep your friend Sparks the Dragonfly healthy, Spyro. If his health is low, torch a little creature like the slug below me to release a butterfly.
Yep, I pretty much already covered that, Zoe, but thank you very much. I mean, she only gives the tutorials once, and only in the first worlds. Similar to how it was in Spyro 2, but, you know, we also had to learn how to use the hover from Hunter, even though we could use it ahead of time. It's funny that that's like one of the skills that you get in Spyro 2 that you don't have to pay to learn, you just automatically have it before you even taught how to use it. It's kind of weird. I guess Spyro thought, well, you know what, if I flap my wings after a glide, I can get a bit of a boost, so you didn't really need to be taught. Hunter just, like, read a book or something and learned it. That's my headcanon anyway. But yeah, look at the map. We're almost done in this level already. It is extremely short. But that's because, you know, most of the levels in this game are actually quite short, and as we've already noticed so far, we've got sub-areas that kind of open up the world a bit and, you know, have certain set pieces for certain challenges. I want to go around the back here, do this. This was actually one of the more infamous levels, because this is actually a level that we can't 100% on our first visit, as I've already mentioned, with the skill point. Got the key right now, that's going to be helpful for a moment. That's actually a very sneaky key, because if you didn't see the gems over there, which, by the way, like I said, you can't see the shines through the walls, if you didn't know to go behind there, then you wouldn't know where to go get the key, which is very helpful, because we need to open up that chest not only for a trophy, but for just 100% completion in general. So let's grab all these gems, come up here, and funnily enough, this is the end of the level. Yeah, it's really that short. Welcome to the Tiki Lodge.
Here, take this egg. They were giving them away at the Tiki Lodge last night.
Curly! I didn't actually mean to skip the hatching, but apparently you can skip the egg hatching, but not the animation itself. Oh, I just learned something new, because in the original, if you just pressed a button or something, you just skip the whole thing. I guess you got to do a double press in order to skip, just in case. Now, what we're saying that we can't complete this level 100% first try, I'll get those in a minute, is this bit right here, actually. Srg.Byrd is currently on an important mission to the inside of a cage. Tough luck, the sorceress. Yep, Queen K. Rool has captured other friends that we pretty much have to control. Obviously, when we were covering Sheila, when you check, you know, the character controls, yeah, kind of a spoiler in the Reignited version, because you can't really check their moves unless you're actually playing as that character. So, I feel like it should have been handled that way, but I can see why they did it just for the ease of use. But at the same time, the manual, like the actual physical manuals that don't exist nowadays, which is a big, massive shame, does have the moves for all the characters in the manual anyway. Are you able to make this jump? Barely! You have to really cut that hover late, because otherwise you're going to burn your tush. Yeah, I kind of missed those gems, so I needed to go back up and around and get those. So I keep head bonking. What's the matter with me? I guess if you drop down that way, you would be able to get the gems and keys a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just hop over here and see what Moneybags wants yet again. Which, by the way, you're standing right next to gems again. Just like Shady Oasis. What's the matter with you, boy?
Spyro, you're just in time. I saw 2 egg thieves run through this door. Well, actually, they paid me to guard their hideout, but that's irrelevant. I'll happily let you through the gate to chase them down for a small finder's fee.
Again, unique animations for talking to us. He doesn't normally have those. We haven't seen those animations so far. Yeah, they really went all out with the animations for Year of the Dragon Reignited. And I kind of like it. It gives it a bit more character, and he's a lot more sleazy in his body language. And it's 300 gems in order to get in. Ouchies.
Thank you, Spyro. And best of luck catching those dastardly egg thieves.
That we had to pay for you in order to get through. Which, by the way, I think it's this way. Yeah, I want to go down. No, hang on. I want to go down this way, because this was shut earlier. If we go down here, we get 10 gems, but we're actually back at the beginning of the level. Very nice shortcut to the beginning. Completes the cycle, or the circle of the entire level, so you can make a lap. That gives us the trophy and a bunch of gems. We could have left that for, you know, a later, the later revisit, because we need to go back into that apparent, well, Srg.Byrd area. I mean, it already said the name, so there's no point, like, trying to dance around the name. And I was going to do it earlier, but we saw Moneybags, and he was en route, so whatever. Let's hop in here. And we've got in the sub-area. Once again, no map. That's just a thing. Let's have a little look before we talk to this guy. Grab some gems yet again. There's a lot of gems around here, actually. But yeah, this is actually where we're going to get one of our skill points. And 2 eggs, in fact. We're missing 4 eggs. Replace idle heads, which we cannot do. But yeah, this should get us 2 eggs.
Are you the dragon looking for all those eggs? Because I saw a shifty-looking character with one over there.
Thanks for the tip, good sir. You know I'm hunting for the eggs. He is fully aware of our quest. And he spotted someone. And I do not blame him for not trying to stop the thief because, well, we've got supercharge. But it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, so just like Spyro 1, Spyro 3 has the ramps for, or just the arrows on the floor for supercharge. Because in Spyro 2, we just have to walk through a gate in order to activate it, and we don't have to actually build it up with momentum. And, well, even though we had to, like, you know, chain walking on different ramps in the original, I'm trying to find the words, in order to build up the momentum, of course, in the to increase our top speed even. In Spyro Reignited, we had to build up momentum with the new momentum-based physics. Just charging on the same ramp will actually eventually build up our speed to the maximum. But obviously, you don't have to chain in this one. It's mostly just trying to actually get the speed. But like I said, it's not working at the moment, so we'll have to leave that for later. For now, though, I want to just grab all the gems as we go, since it's going slow and makes it easier for us. And I don't see the thief. Oh, there he is. I was about to say, he normally starts, like, on the road, just like, above the first, like, ramp that you go up. But apparently he was waiting at the end. That's a bit sneaky. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit, so we're just going to cut the corners like usual. Try not to scuff the walls, because with momentum-based physics, you don't just ride the walls like a barricade, or you clonk onto it head first, you actually lose speed, and it messes up your left and right turning, mostly turning to the right for me. So, you know, I can't having that problem in Spyro 1 and 2. Let's just hope it won't mess me up as much in Spyro 3, because this is the thing with sub-areas. They kind of, like, regulate the, supercharge to these kind of areas. They're not implemented into the main level as often. Because the reason why the level was so big is so it had, like, all the stuff built into it, which was more kinetic, but this gives it so, like, when you walk into the area, you know what you got to do, and it can focus solely on those mechanics, instead of trying to integrate it all into one.
Hey, Moira, you're spot on!
If you can't reach him, or you don't want to keep on charging the head bonk him, just flame him. They do take a lot longer in order to catch in this version than they did in Spyro 1, excuse me.
Hey, there goes another one. He was really fast. Maybe if I activate the supercharge, you'll be able to catch him.
Yep, and they can use the supercharge as well, so you really do need to take that into account when you're chasing these guys down. But here's the thing. When you touch the road, not even if you're running in the right direction, you immediately have supercharge built up. So we need to use this in order to bash that down. So we get a bunch of gems there. But there's also that big suspiciously cracked wall over there that is not subtle at all. We need to make our way over there. So I want to do this. Wait, that time it didn't give me the supercharge. What the hell? Last time it did. There we go. I had to start off of it. Bap! And we get a skill point for that, as well as an extra life behind it, which, funnily enough, every skill point gives you a 1-up, so that's 2 1-ups right there. And now, we got to do this. And as I said before, when Spyro 3 Reignited, the Reignited versions only because of the momentum-based physics, you notice that we got 2 boosts instead of the 1. It's because normally it would just be at a certain speed.
Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here.
We gain 2 speed-ups on the 1 ramp. Normally, you'd have to go through multiple ramps in Spyro 1 original in order to do that. And that's that! And I believe that is everything in this area. Yep, Sparks is pointing toward the exit. I'm pretty sure that is all here. Let's see what this guy has to say after doing that.
Those guys ought to be locked up.
Or, you know, pooped into non-existence because I flamed them. Well, actually, I bonked one against the, like, with my noggin, but Moneybags has left. Not entirely done here, though. I mean, Sparks is pointing to that entrance over there. I'm pretty sure, though, that I haven't got everything around here yet. But, like I said, we're going to have to come back anyway, but there's no point, like, worrying about that. I might as well just scour the level just in case. Sparks keeps pointing toward the exit. We already found the egg just sitting out in the open. We got the egg for collecting, or for completing the level, excuse me. We got 2 eggs in one location, so the last 2 eggs must be in the other location. And if not, we can still sort that out when we come back. So, yeah, that's this level done just like that. Only 15 minutes that took me. Like I said, a very short level, very concise. Got quite a few gems to actually find still. 69% can't really help that. So yeah, I guess what we're going to do is leave. And I think we have enough eggs to actually tackle the Speedway. Since that was a short level and we're going to have to come back to it at a later point, I think we're going to go tackle that next. Now, here's the thing that you may have also noticed about the worlds while leaving, while entering and leaving in Spyro 3. There seems to be no intro or outro cutscene like we had in Spyro 2. In Spyro 2, the worlds were kind of like their own concise story and had nothing to do with Ripto at all, as we've clearly stated while going through the Let's Play. Ripto just doesn't seem to actually be a threat, except for, you know, the homeworlds of Avalar itself. Which, you know, doesn't actually make a lot of sense. But in Spyro 3, there's no intro and outro cutscene, but the inhabitants do have problems with the Rhinox, and the Rhinox are actively causing problems. But that seems to be the only problem. There's no internal conflict or anything like that. And that's probably why there is no intro and outro cutscene, because it's not a separate, like, self-contained plot or story. No matter how small it is, there pretty much is none, other than the Rhinox are doing things, and the Rhinox, you know, stole the eggs, they've hidden the eggs, they work for the sorceress, you gotta take her out. He makes those noises for every syllable of the title. And I think in the original, I don't know if it's exactly the same, but I'm pretty sure that if you listen carefully in the original, he is actually saying what he is saying. Like, "Hey, Spyro!" You can actually hear the words very carefully. I didn't hear many of the words there, but it's at least they, like, you know, got his, you know, vernacular down, I guess. So yes, speedways in this game are kind of different. We haven't just jumped straight into gliding and then have to, you know, find another challenge via Hunter hiding in the level during the time trial on the second run through, or, you know, going over the third run through in Spyro 2 in order to get a skill point. In Spyro 1 it was literally just, you know, do the challenge and that's it. Of course in the Reignited version we had trophies and skill points to get, because they were Reignited exclusive. But in Spyro 2, no matter what version, we had skill points to get, and we also had an additional challenge to find, because we had to go find Hunter within the level itself. But in Spyro 3, both the Reignited and the original, Sparks actually splits it up for you. You have two challenges: the time attack, which is the usual Speedway shindig, destroy all the obstacles within the time limit and you win, but there are no skill points to earn. For trophies, however, fly through 4-star speed boosts in 1 lap. So that's tied to the race, which, if you're racing, you probably will go for most of the star boosts in the first place. Blue stars are boosts, red stars are, well, ammo. You can shoot a rocket, but we'll get into that in a bit more later. But yeah, for now we want to do the usual time attack. At least his noises actually sound like they're forming a sentence. So yeah, he actually gives you the order, and like I said, there are no skill points to actually beat a certain time limit, so all you gotta do, just like in Spyro 1, is do it, and you're good. So, we'll just follow the route here. I mean, he says do the dandelions a little bit later, but... well, did he say do it next? Oh, I always do the dandelions next, regardless. So yeah. Going back to the reason why I'm not exactly a fan of momentum-based physics from what we talked about in Cloud Spires. Like I said, Cloud Spires didn't actually have a lot of stuff to mention. By the way, we've also got these, or what they called? Draglots, I think they're called, from Crystal Glacier in Spyro 2. They're targets for this, and they have radioactive symbols. What I was saying is that with the flying mechanics, which this is what's probably going to mess you up the most, it's momentum-based in the Reignited versions, and it can mess up your up and down, you know, trajectory because you drift, which in the original you flew like a plane, which obviously doesn't sound very realistic in terms of Spyro, but it's a cartoon world. Realism isn't exactly what you go for. I need to flame this funnel one. Where are you? 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 No! He was right in front of me, you mug! I pretty much did it! Wow, give me a minute. It's a good thing those bugs aren't actually radioactive, because I won't be in a heap of trouble. I'm actually going to follow them this time, because it actually makes it a lot easier to hit them, because they pretty much are in a pattern of up and down. And flying against them may be faster, but it makes it a lot harder to hit them, especially with momentum-based physics, and that's probably what messed me up, because my flame just could not reach. Because as you fly into your flame, you have a lot less reach, because of the momentum-based physics. In the original, though, your flame stayed the same range. I feel like I'm repeating myself yet again from Spyro 1 and 2, but if you did skip those videos, and this is technically a separate Let's Play, even though it's all in one, it's good to, you know, reiterate just for the sake of, you know, being consistent. No, we don't want to try again. We're just going to hit quit, but we don't leave the level. And you get an egg for your troubles, as well as all the gems. Well, last time, the time trial was literally just for the gems. You didn't get an orb in Spyro 2, you just got gems in Spyro 1. Alright, time to race the butterflies. Let's see how good these guys are, even though I literally just murdered them. I wonder how that works. Maybe I should have done the race first and then killed them afterwards. So yeah, no shortcuts. If you miss a green ring, you're screwed. It's Superman 64, or more like Harry Potter in this case, because the rings do actually guide you. I mean, you don't actually get much of a guide in Superman 64. I know that Superman 64 and Rings is a meme at this point, but I mostly associate Rings with Harry Potter, funnily enough, because I actually liked playing Quidditch. So, I mean, I never actually played Quidditch World Cup. That was actually one of the games that I actually wanted, but if it didn't from what I heard, it didn't play like the Quidditch games in the main games. And I also know that they're made by EA, and EA is now a meme, but just like with Konami, they were actually good. I mean, they actually put a lot of effort into those Harry Potter games, in my opinion. I mean, like, that's actually something I could talk about. It's like, Philosopher's Stone, for example, came out on the PS1, but it also came out on, like, Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Color version is an RPG. Yeah. So if you wanted a Harry Potter experience that was an RPG, you go for that. I think the Game Boy Advance version was like an isometric game, an isometric 3D game, but it didn't have the same locations. And of course, the PS2 version came out later after, you know, Chamber of Secrets, which pretty much used the same map. And funnily enough, the same mission plot points, like Hogwarts History Quest, which was very stupid because it was pretty much the exact same thing. So it was more like a cheap cash grab. But all the other games, I mean, they were original. Even the PC version is completely different. Now, I'm 4th, and I've been getting the stars. I'm on lap 3, and I'm not actually doing very good. I'm supposed to be flaming them, and I'm not doing that. So, that's a thing. I've been talking about stuff, and I'm getting distracted. And like I said, you have to get the rings in order to go through, so... Also, that actually brings up something, since I'm not kind of failing right here. Plus, every time I get one of those stars, notice I've been drifting while trying to turn. Again, that's moment-based physics. It kind of just carries you in one direction. But Spyro 3 actually has like a difficulty scaler. The more better that you play in challenges like this, the more that the challenges will actually increase the rubber banding and the AI. But if you fail too many times, it actually gets easier. Yeah, I came second. I'm going to have to do that again. So I'll have to click retry, but yeah, so now, I mean, obviously you can flame the opposition in order to make them, like, spaz out a little bit, but they have no method on fighting back, and unlike the time trial, you don't kill them. But yeah, that's still kind of weird, isn't it, that, like, you can't really stop that from happening. Yeah, but they can't hit you unless they fly through a red ring, but a red star, excuse me. You might as well just call them blue and red at this point, because the ones you have to fly through are green and the checkpoints, the next checkpoint's yellow, and the end checkpoint, which is the finish line, is normally red or yellow, so whatever. But, oh bloody hell, I'm surprised I actually got that one. It's because I'm going all over the place because of the bloody momentum-based physics, but yeah, I don't think they're actually able to fight back unless they get a red star, and even then, they don't fly through them that much, they normally just go for the blue stars, so... So yeah, I'm 4th now, but I'm on lap 2. I still haven't flamed them, really, because I keep flying over that one. But, wait, did I not just fly over one? I'm going to flame this guy, though. Yeah, screw you. But yeah, now I'm actually doing a little bit better, because as I've lost, the AI has gotten a tad bit easier. So if you do keep failing, but you keep playing at the same level that you are, and you don't actually get any better, you might think you're getting better, because you are actually overtaking them. That's because the AI is actually letting up a bit. So it doesn't make it impossible, it's fair for everybody. Which I think is pretty cool, actually. I like how the game auto-balances itself. But it was only in Spyro 3. I don't know if they replicated it in the Reignited version. It feels like it at this point, because I'm flying through the same stars. I mean, I flew through every speed star. Yes, I'm flaming a little bit more, but I haven't hit that many, so just like before. But I'm 3rd place right now. But I just can't seem to get any further at the moment. This is actually pretty bad. Okay, I have been playing too good, and it's just way too difficult to actually be possible at this point. Because there's one guy still ahead of me, and I don't think I'm going to make it in time. No, I'm not. That was the same, effectively. He's still the same bit ahead. I mean, I got every speed star. There's no red stars in this level, I'm pretty sure. I didn't see any. Wow! Alright, I think I'm just going to cut until I get the egg at this point. Or I might speed it up. Because then you'll definitely see if things actually change. In that case, it would actually be part of the Reignited version. And that is just attention to detail right there that I do actually very enjoy. Ah, got him! Oh, no, you don't. You cheeky bugger. Literally, because you're a bug. Because you're a butterfly. So, yeah, it has definitely gotten a bit easier. I probably did speed that bit up. But, yeah, as I said earlier, before we, went into, after we, finished, Sheila's Alp, is that at most points I do want to, like, do one, level of video, if possible. But, obviously, if it's too short because we have to backtrack or we have to backtrack later, or I'm backtracking to another level, like when it came to Sunny Villa, at that particular moment I just did Sheila's section of the level, because the skateboarding does take a little bit of a while, depending on how good you actually are, blame you. I've only got one left to go. But yeah, it's like, yeah, in this case, because we couldn't do the entirety of the Tiki Lodge, and we got through it so quick, because it was actually quite a small, concise level, even more concise than other Spyro levels in general, we were able to squeeze this in, and I'll do that for the rest of the series, because I feel like that, because we kind of did that with the other ones. And are you serious? I was still closer, but I still didn't win. What the hell? I mean, I'm getting quicker, but I can't win! What the hell? Get him! I'm flaming like crazy, get him! He's matching my speed! I can't get him! He's getting every single one as well, and he actually avoided that green ring, excuse me. Well, we're second now, and we're on the second lap. It's getting easier each time, even though I've been doing the same route over and over, because, well, that's all the stuff I can actually use to my advantage. There's not really much else I can do about that. You cheeky bugger, I flamed you when you got the boost, so you lost the boost. Can't do that to me. And why does he move faster before he gets the boost? I say that's cheating, my boy. Then, we've now got an entire lap to catch this guy, so I'm not having it this time. Yeah, I must have been like at the maximum. Maybe it carries over from the other games of the Reignited trilogy, maybe? I'm not entirely too sure. I mean, I didn't fail challenges that often in Spyro 2. I mean, obviously in the originals, they're all separate discs, they're all separate games, so that's a thing. But this is all one file, so maybe it carries over? Maybe they've improved the thing to account, like, the difficulty scaling to account for that. And if that's the case, that's bloody awesome. Again, attention to detail that I like, and they're going to bother me on for it. So yeah, I was obviously too good, that it was pretty much impossible, and I shaved off time each time as well. And only then, I barely won, and that took me a whole lap to catch first place. So yeah, I just kept on getting closer and closer each time. Maybe I was getting better, but there were no other boost stars for me to use. I pretty much got every single boost star each time. There was literally no change to my route. I couldn't cut corners any closer, in fear of scuffing the walls, so yeah, it must have been at a difficulty so high, because since I played the other two games of the trilogy before getting to Spyro 3 Reignited, that it was pretty much impossible to do, so I had to actually lose. Obviously not completely lose, because then I think it knows. I didn't mean to retry, I pressed the wrong button. I needed to click quit. Yeah, quit. Alright, so we have one more thing left to do, because we can't actually access the thing right now, so I'm going to have to just click time attack, because if you just, you know, miss a ring, I believe it just kicks you out of the race. I don't want to hear... Oh no, that was new dialogue, might be. What I meant to do was actually go into the journal. I didn't mean to skip that, but I wanted to go into the journal, or the atlas, whatever it's called, in order to actually have a look. Mushroom Speedway, we still got Hunter's dogfight, so we need to find Hunter. So we still need to actually do this, just like we had to do in Spyro 2, but unlike Spyro 2, you have to... well, I think you can actually find it before you do the... what's it called? I think you can actually do it before you do the... You complete the time trial. I'm just trying to remember where he actually is. Ah, it's this big one right here, because it's actually a house!
Whoa! A bunch of sheep and flying saucers just came out of nowhere and started blasting up the race course.
sheep in flying saucers. Didn't we have to deal with that in Metropolis in Avalar? You know, Midnight Mountain.
Looks like I'll have to hop in my plane and teach him some manners.
I thought that was a radio-controlled plane.
Look out, sheep! Here I come!
Alright, so we get to play as Hunter in this game as well, because in the last one he pretty much controlled the contraptions for us, or we had to fly alongside him. But yes, I mean, we have circle to fire, because that is our fire button, we have square for turbo, which is our charge, it's pretty much the same thing, and of course, if you really want to know the controls for Hunter, all you have to do is press pause, go to options, go to controls, go to move list, press triangle, and now the Hunter ones are actually, you know, relevant to us. Fire, turbo, plane, so yeah, he's got jetpack, he's got plane, and he's got a boat, so yeah, it's pretty much just the face buttons. You can move as well, and that is something you will need to do, but we only have one hit, so what you want to do is just continuously fire by holding the button. Wow, are you serious?
Whoa, a bunch of
And every time you fail, he just repeats it like it never happened. Right, so let's try that again, and this time, you know, not fail. The problem is when you boost, you can't fire. Oh no, when you boost you can fire, excuse me. I was holding the wrong button, I was pressing X. Don't know why I did that. You can shoot the dandelions as well, which is kind of funny, but yeah, you just don't want to be like head on with the sources, because that'll be a problem. Also, do not do a head-on collision with walls, that will also kill you. If you scuff the walls though with your wings though, that's not a problem, because the thing's barely able to actually fit into the caves, because that is a big wingspan. Oh, and he got me! What the hell? I'm just going to cut that out every time I fail. Let's go get this egg. It's my egg. I'll eat it. No, I was about to say I'll eat it for breakfast, but then it's not. They're not that kind of eggs. They're dragon eggs. Can't do that. And he got me again! Maybe I should stop babbling and concentrate? No, I saw that. Maybe I should boost while, when they fire at me. The thing is, I don't normally have issues with them. So they can fire without actually facing me. They can fire behind, but not to the side. Interesting, that. No, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. No, 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 no. It's, dip. Nope, I missed him. That's annoying. Yeah, I'd rather just continuously fire like this. I mean, it's not like they're gonna hear your fire and try to dodge that way. They just kind of follow a set path. And, oh, they're all there. I missed one still. Oh, I'm gonna go through here. Whoa! Everywhere. Help me. I'm scuffing the walls. Oh no. He's already gone through. I think that was a waste of time. I see that shot. I wonder if I'm actually... Nope, I'm not at the right point. Oh, dang it. This is going to be annoying. Got him. As soon as you shoot, you pretty much want to swoop up. So the shots that they shoot at you aren't going to get... Yeah. And how did I miss that guy? Seriously. Nope. I saw the shot. And I'm not dealing with it. And... I thought I shot him, but that was one of his projectiles. Come on. Come on. Hit him! How many times do I need to shoot at someone before it actually hits? It's like having a machine gun pointing at a wall and you somehow miss the wall.
Woohoo! Check it out. The squad leader had abducted this egg.
Yeah, abducted because, you know, he's a cow and he wanted his taters. I don't know why a cow would, or a sheep would want a potato. But yeah, that is literally everything. 3 eggs, you got the time attack, you got race the butterflies, you have to choose time attack again in order to find Hunter in order to do another egg, and 400 gems by doing the time attack. Getting everything all in one. And that is actually everything to do with this level. So, I'd say, with 2 levels done, in the next episode, guys, we talk to the seal with that deactivated portal, and see if that is the final world that we have to do before we can actually move onwards. See you guys then. What do you mean later? We're done here.